Hello and welcome to today's CIH podcast on what could an Andy Burnham Premiership mean for housing, a special episode for CIH members. We're recording this on the 30th of July, just 10 days since Andy Burnham became Prime Minister, bringing with him a well-established record of championing housing as both an economic and social priority. We now have most of the ministerial portfolios in Westminster confirmed, with Angela Rayner returning as Secretary of State, a Housing and Planning Minister now attending Cabinet, and a new Number 10 of the North, which we understand will take much of the lead on housing. As the sector starts to assess what a Burnham Premiership could mean in practice, some clear themes have already emerged, which we will explore on the podcast. For housing professionals, that creates both opportunities and questions, and there are also important details, of course, still to be worked through, including how ambitions will be funded, how councils and housing associations will work together, what role planning reform will play, and how delivery capacity will be strengthened. It's also important to recognise that housing is a devolved policy area. Decisions taken by the UK government will have the most direct impact on housing policy in England, while Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland each have their own housing powers, priorities and policy frameworks. But if a Burnham government places a greater emphasis on English devolution, stronger local leadership and place-based decision-making, that raises some really interesting questions across the UK. How might changes to funding, governance or local powers in England affect relationships across the nations? Are there lessons that the devolved nations can take from developments in Greater Manchester, for example, and the wider English devolution agenda? And what does a bigger focus on devolution mean for the independence agenda in Scotland and Wales? So in this podcast, we'll explore what a Burnham government could mean for housing in England, what implications it may have for the devolved nations, and what lessons can be shared across the UK. And to do that, I'm delighted to be joined by some fantastic CIH colleagues from across the UK team. Tom Arnold, Policy Manager with a focus on devolution and regional engagement in the England Policy team. Matt Dix, Director of CIH Cymru. Ashley Campbell, Policy and Practice Manager for CIH Scotland. And Justin Cartwright, Director of CIH Northern Ireland.
You've been listening to a trailer for the CIH member exclusive podcast. To listen to the full podcast, visit CIH's website to learn more about the benefits of membership.